And now, live in the Madhouse studio, the two guys that have brought Madhouse TV to the nation, Tom Mealy and Tommy Marr.
Brought Madhouse TV to the nation. What do you think of that?
I think
that's pretty hot.
cool.
I never thought about it. Do I smell or something? I put on that stuff that Paulie has. No?
Oh.
Yeah, can you
Paulie
smell
juice?
it? You know, it was that spray stuff. You know when he smokes cigarettes, he
That's
comes in?
flea powder.
That ain't flea powder. It's that spray that you get in
I know.
CVS
Brute?
or something. Not Brute. It's like, it makes
Karate?
it makes you kind of smell nice.
Oh, yeah? Well,
Yeah.
guess what? Did you turn your phone off?
I did. Hey, listen, by the way, we have a lot to talk about tonight, and but one of the things I want to start off with is just pretty cool. Did you see this?
Very cool.
If any of you haven't seen this already, this is, by the way, I'm Tom Mealy.
I am Tommy Marr.
We didn't ask. This here is the newest thing from Samsung, and if you ever have a chance to go to the next generation of cell phones, this is it. This thing is so cool. You no longer have to take your cell phone out of your pocket like our guests are doing right now, looking, you know, they're on the couch, they're out of camera range, but they're all looking at their phones and checking their emails. You can actually do that right here from your watch. It's pretty cool. And if you're in a meeting and you're an executive like this guy, if you're in a board meeting and your phone goes off, it vibrates your hand.
Yeah, that's good. That's cool. It is. And you can take pictures with it and everything.
You can. It has a movie. You can take pictures with it. Yeah.
Computer, right?
The whole bit.
A smartphone.
Yeah. So this is like almost like Dick Tracy or something. I don't think it's bad looking. Do you?
No, not at all.
I think it's all right. And then it has a speaker on the bottom. So this is actually next generation of phones. So we have a lot going on. We have to talk about this past weekend. We have to talk about our new studio, which is opening up next week. We have an absolute phenomenal guest in the house today. It has to do with the veterans, and you know, veterans and us, where anything we can do for the veterans, you know, we're always there, especially here at Madhouse TV. Tell us what you were telling me before we started. There was something you wanted to talk about.
Oh, about Saturday night?
Yes, come on.
Yeah. Oh, well, Saturday night, just to let everybody know, I'm going to be actually helping out in a benefit at Whoville in Bethpage.
Wait a minute. Isn't Saturday night the party here?
Yeah. For the Long Island Crisis Center. And
I'm not supposed to mention it?
We're going to have a ton of Long Island bands there. It's going to be an awesome night, and hopefully raise a lot of money for some really hurting people on Long Island. And I'll be down there singing my butt off for you. So if you want to come down and listen to some good music and check out some great bands, come on down and support the people from Long Island.
And what's the name of the place?
Whoville.
I think Whoville. That's where we
first
That's
met.
when you came up to me and you asked me if you can be on the show.
No, I don't think it went down like that.
That's exactly the way it went down.
I didn't even know who you were, never heard of you, never heard of Madhouse, never heard of nothing.
Yeah, let me tell you something, folks. I was at the bar.
You know what?
And all of it. Don't listen to him.
I'm gonna run a show back of him describing the night that we met. I will get you next week.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let me tell you
he's
something.
going to be very,
And
very
I'll tell you why
nice.
that's not going to happen.
Because he
reasons.
said when I walked in, the place stopped, and he was like, who the hell is this Woodstock Guru guy? I'll bring it up.
You gotta be kidding
go to
me.
the
I
Flash
said, who's
Ride.
the old man with the white hair? I said, I didn't say anything about a guru
Well,
guy.
there's nothing wrong with being old. It's better
I
than
said to
being
Vicky,
dead.
I said, Jesus, I said, he looks a little like Kenny Rogers in his younger days.
God.
Yeah, a little bit. Ooh. But anyway, that's...
His head wore around 3 bodies
let me just explain 2 reasons why that can't happen. A, it never happened. And B, if he's going to find a video, the man can't even turn the computer on. All right? We are in a computer-based business here, and he calls me night after night after night asking me where the switch is to turn the computer on.
And night after night after night, Vicky says, oh, no, Tom can't stay up past 9.
Here we go. But anyway, listen, guys, but that's not really true.
Well, that's what she did.
I mean, no, I'm not talking about the Whoville. Is it Whoville?
Yeah.
Whoville or who's bar?
Whoville.
Oh.
It's
And
a
what's
nice
this
place.
benefit for?
Long Island Crisis.
Cool. And all the money is, I'm sure,
I don't have
501c3?
I have no idea.
You're just singing?
I'm just singing.
And how long are you going to be there?
I'm doing a set.
And then you, because you
I'm
know
coming
we
back.
got something
I'm
going
coming
on here.
Don't leave me here with these.
I'm telling you, Tommy, don't leave me here with these people by myself. All right, I
don't
swear
blame you.
I will
I don't
haunt you
blame
from now until the
I
day
don't
you
blame
die.
you.
All
I
right.
don't blame you.
No, I mean they're good people. We're having a I can say it. Vicky's staring at me saying I can't say this. All right.
Having a little gig.
Yeah, she's biting the tongue.
Yeah,
You
having
know
a
what
little
that
gig.
means? That means I'm
Little
in
gig.
trouble
That-
tonight.
Yeah, you know,
A little gig. We're having a little gig.
little gig.
Yeah. But anyway, other than that, our studio is almost ready. Is that a good thing?
That's a good
Oh, okay. I thought he was. But our studio is almost ready. For those who watch the first show in the new studio, contrary to what he would like, okay, will be Evan Ginsberg and Legends TV. And if you've had an opportunity.
I didn't know that.
You asked me three times today.
I didn't even talk to you.
You asked me why can't we do the
No, that
Tommy
was last
Marr
night when
show?
we were in the
okay,
studio.
so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but you said that's only right. That should be the first show.
I agree.
It doesn't matter. I'm
Okay,
good.
whatever it is. It's either going to be Legends TV with Evan Ginsberg. Now, if you don't know who Evan Ginsberg is, Evan Ginsberg was the director-producer of the movie The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke. He does his show here every Saturday. God willing, if the studio is up and running, Evan will be doing the show on Saturday. If Tommy had his way, it will not be up and running, and Tommy will be the
That's
first
not
one
true.
again
Not
to
true.
have the first show in the new
You
studio.
know why because of the show that I'm doing that Monday is such a special and intimate show for us at Madhouse
No, I don't know
that I
what
can't
it is.
talk about it.
What is?
It's about our buddy that's going.
Oh, yes,
So-
it is. All right, so we're going to have to make some arrangements. Where's he going? He's got it's true.
I can't
and
talk
if you
about
tune
that
in,
either.
If you tune in Monday night, you're going to know what that means. But this guy, let's just hope
I can't talk about it.
We can't talk about.
I
It. But anyway,
can't.
you
I
got
wish I
to
could.
you got to watch. Monday night's going to be it. You know what? Why don't we just?
No, we can't because until he gets a.
I'm not saying talk about it. I'm saying, you know what? If we're up and running and Evan's there, fine. If
Yeah,
not, then
whatever.
I can understand your dilemma.
Evan's a great guy and he's great shows. Great shows.
Yeah. But other than that, what else is going on this week?
Well, I'm very excited about the new studio. I mean, we were in there last night. We even brought Mickey B down there. Janine came down. Vicky came down. And the paint was up on the walls. And now we can actually see it blossoming into
Coming to life.
what our vision was. And it's actually a little bigger vision than I think. I mean, I think it's going to be like, it's not going to be like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love this place. I really, truly do love this place. But this is going to go, we're going to like 30 Rock now.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's a whole new animal, whole
What
new
happens if
ball
people
game.
don't know what 30 Rock means? I know my mother's watching down in
Then
Florida.
they,
She doesn't know what 30 Rock is.
oh yeah, she does.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah, she
doesn't watch that stuff.
What's
I
that?
heard that. Yeah. Ma, here he is. This is what you wanted to see. But she's watching down there in Venice, Florida tonight. Hello, how are you? I know I didn't get a chance to come down. Oh, yeah. Really rub
my
it in.
buddy. It's
Yeah,
my
I'm the
buddy.
one she yells at.
She can only talk to you through me. So.
One of the other big things that we have going on, which is coming up December 14th, and this is really big, and we're actually very honored to have been asked to participate in this. We got a call from the Ronald McDonald Foundation, the Ronald McDonald House, and since they know that we are pioneers in this streaming issue of streaming literally around the world, there is nothing more important. In both Tommy and I and Vicky and Janine, we founded Madhouse TV on the ability to be able to allow people with charitable organizations to get their message out at literally zero cost. And to this day, we still maintain that model here at Madhouse, and to have the opportunity to work with the Ronald McDonald House and to film and stream live is just, it's phenomenal. And understand, people, we don't get a dime for this. This is what we founded this on, and this is what we're doing it for. Ronald McDonald House is a very, very, very important organization dealing with children, and it allows their families, people that can't afford the hotels, while their kids are involved with very devastating illnesses, that Ronald McDonald's House, they put them up in these unbelievably beautiful facilities, and you'll get to see this on December 14th at 1 o'clock. We'll be filming under Madhouse TV, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, I mean, how blessed are we that we can do that? And
Yeah.
how good does that make us feel?
Yeah.
I mean, to me, everybody has a path and everybody has a journey, and I really believe that this is where this path has taken us to this that we can help some people out.
Yeah, no,
I really
it's
do.
actually it's a fabulous thing, and thanks to Tommy Marr, and Lord knows if anybody knows, I hate thanking him for anything. All right, but thanks to Tommy Marr, all right, we've got some very big talent that will be there singing live. It's not going to be a rock and roll set. It's going to be acoustic, very nice, soft songs, more of a Christmas. This is a Christmas spectacular we're doing. And do we want to name anybody who's going to be there?
I could name I could name a
Or
couple.
do you want to leave it up? You want to just wait, or you can name a couple.
I can name a couple.
Oh.
I'm going to leave a couple big names out because I just, I don't.
Let's because I want to be surprised with that. Because
to me, one of the we have Andre LaSalle coming, who is
Tell him who
one of
Andre
the greatest
LaSalle is.
guitar players in the world. He's coming. I'm actually going to do a tune with him.
you didn't tell me that.
I told you last night. And we have the beautiful and incredibly talented Amber Ferrari and Chris Ferrari coming down. I have a couple of young kids coming that will be great. I have this flutist coming down. She's amazing. There's a lot of big names coming, but I'm not even gonna talk about it because I want to make sure it's sealed.
Well, one of the ones I don't know. People on Long Island know who she is. Katie Zimmer. If you haven't had an opportunity to hear Katie Zimmer, she is a 14-year-old, amazing young woman with just this incredible voice, and she will be down there. And again, these people are not asking for a penny. This is all to give back to the community, and we couldn't figure out. What a better place to give back to, but Kayla? Gail King. I was getting to Gail King.
What about Shelley?
Shelley, don't worry about Shelley.
I love Shelley.
Gail King, Miss Senior America, will be hosting.
Shelley Cohn
will be hosting this with us. Gail King, as everybody knows, does a show here, Making a Difference with Gail. Gail is just an absolutely amazing woman. She is Miss Senior America. She will be hosting the show with Tommy and I, and we thank she
and Martini Garden too.
Martini Garden's going to be. Hey,
Hey,
listen, the list goes on and on. All I can tell you guys is that if you feel it within your heart to donate a small toy, give us a call here at Madhouse TV. Drop it off. It all will be presented, and everybody who brings in something for these kids at Ronald McDonald's house, we will make sure, we go over our time it's going to be a 4-hour show, we promise you we will name every single individual that has donated something to this incredible organization. All right?
I'm looking forward to it.
Cool.
It's going to help a lot of people and bring a lot of word out to the world too.
I agree.
Awareness.
Where did this water come from?
I don't know.
I want a coffee. All right. Let's talk about our guest. We have a
Very exciting.
fantastic guest. I don't have my glasses on. Can you read it?
Yes, I can.
You have to take all week. Paul.
Sequence.
Well, I know that.
Oh, I thought you were
But
kidding.
you're not
I
waiting
didn't.
for why
just
would I
went
kid
through
you
this
to
about.
ask you?
I got it, and now
We have Paul Sequence here in the house. Now, Paul is involved with an organization called Yes We Care, which. Why are you interrupting me?
Well, because he should be introduced also.
Who?
Deshaun, right?
That's
Deshaun
his
Reddick.
son. Deshaun is here. But Paul gave us a call a couple of weeks ago. And again, this is all about giving back to those unfortunate or situations. And as a vet myself, were you a veteran?
No.
Yeah. As a vet, I know how important it is. And what?
What does that mean?
I just wanted to know if you were a vet or not.
I was in the first draft lottery.
Hold on, let me move over just a little bit here. No,
Don't worry about it. I did my thing.
we're going to have Paul come on, and Paul's going to talk about what he does for these vets and how involved he is. Paul has received numerous awards and just too much to mention. In fact, when we come back from commercial, we're going to have Paul here live in the Madhouse, and we're going to get into it. And
well, you know how I am with this, because I mean the veterans, to me, you know, and I will say it again before we go to commercial. I don't blame I'm not being critical of anybody coming here from other countries, because unless you're an American Indian, we all came from another country. And but my biggest complaint is not having these people come over and, you know, and they stand by Home Depot. God bless them. I mean, they're just out trying to make some money for their families. It's the guys picking them up that I have a problem with. And you dudes in the pickup trucks that are picking these guys up, ripping them off, and not, why don't you go down to the VFW or the American Legion and say, are there any veterans here that's protecting my freedom and my rights to be able to walk down the street without getting shot? Maybe stop there instead of the Home Depot and pick up a veteran that might need a job.
Willing to work.
That doesn't have to sleep under a bridge, that just went over to Iraq for 9 months and protected your ass so that you can walk around free every day. So how about that? Go to a VFW or an American Legion and pick up a veteran that needs a job rather than, you know, some guy you're going to just rip off, okay?
All right, people, we'll be right back after this commercial message with Mr. Paul Sequence. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn?
Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act 1 will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote, or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure.
You'll be happy you did.
When your cable's on the fritz, you get frustrated. When you get frustrated, your daughter imitates. When your daughter imitates, she gets thrown out of school. When she gets thrown out of school, she meets undesirables. When she meets undesirables, she ties the knot with undesirables. And when she ties the knot with undesirables, you get a grandson with a dog collar. Don't have a grandson with a dog collar. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. When your cable company keeps you on hold, you get angry. When you get angry, you go blow off steam. When you go blow off steam, accidents happen. When accidents happen, you get an eye patch. When you get an eye patch, people think you're tough. When people think you're tough, people want to see how tough. And when people want to see how tough, you wake up in a roadside ditch. Don't wake up in a roadside ditch. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. When you pay too much for cable, you throw things. When you throw things, people think you have anger issues. When people think you have anger issues, your schedule clears up. When your schedule clears up, you grow a scraggly beard. When you grow a scraggly beard, you start taking in stray animals. And when you start taking in stray animals, you can't stop taking in stray animals. Stop taking in stray animals. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Welcome to Formula Auto Wash, where every day is a great day for a car wash. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. Sundays 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. Detailing packages for every budget, starting out at $29.99. 100% hand wash and detail centre. Hot hair and microfiber brushes and mitts. Proudly using Ecolab Blue Coral soaps and waxes. Formula Auto Wash has served the community for over 30 30 years. Senior discounts all day, every day. Ladies' Day Wednesday, $3 off any wash. Early bird discount Monday through Thursday till 9:30 a.m. Check out our website, formulaautowash.com.
Welcome back to Madhouse TV. It is our pleasure to introduce.
Absolutely.
This guy's fabulous. We were talking behind the
honor.
scenes, and the proclamations, the citations, the awards, I've never seen so many in one place before. But it's my pleasure to introduce Paul Sequence Ferguson. Paul, thank you. Welcome to the show.
To be here. Pleasure to be
It's
here.
great
It's
to
an
have
honor
you.
to have you here.
Honor to be here.
Paul, you have been involved. Let's just go to the beginning. Let's talk about the Yes We Care. Let's talk about Yes We Care for a second. Tell us what Yes We Care is.
Well, I had cancer, among many other things. We can go back further. I can tell you the actual beginning.
We will go.
But from here on, I had cancer, and not knowing if I would live or die, lost a lot of blood. It was 8.5 hours, and being in those rooms with other veterans and seeing some of the things that they go through, and sometimes so lonely, nobody's coming to visit them, or you have 50 cents, I want to go get some soda, or I want to play some cards or something. I said, you know what, I've got to do something. And after a while, I came up with the idea of forming a foundation, and I call it Yes We Care, because I do care, and doing what we can for veterans, providing them with meals, providing them with 1,000 pairs of socks for the amputee veterans, books for the libraries, free concerts. I have a program where I put $5 in envelopes, and I go on the bridges sometimes and I give them to veterans. Or if I see a veteran walking with a sign, "We'll work for food." First I say, "Are you a veteran?" Yes, and I ask them that secret code that all veterans know. And they answer that code, yes, and I know they're really a veteran, and I help them best I can.
That's great.
Now, how did you? I mean, you're explaining how you started this, but you're in a hospital bed.
Mm-hmm.
You're dying of cancer, or you have cancer.
Yeah.
And obviously, just something comes over you, and you decide that this is what you're going to do, and you just
Now you're bringing me back a little further.
Okay.
If you want me to start from the beginning.
I want you to start way back in the beginning.
What
Yes.
you were talking to me about.
Okay, here, I'll let you. The little voice. I mean, my father was a preacher. My mother was an evangelist. My brother was a preacher. So I come from a strictly religious family. And it's a voice that I hear sometimes. I'm not crazy, because that voice saved my life over 50 times. When I hear this certain way the voice tells me, I listen to it. Okay, I'll come back to the beginning. I was in Washington, D.C., and I'm doing some martial arts. And that little voice said, "Paul, you need to go to the Veterans Hospital on Long Island." I had no idea there was a Veterans Hospital on Long Island, because I was driving all the way to Kingsbridge Road in the Bronx to go to the Veterans Hospital.
Right.
I said, "Oh, wow." I found there was one. I went there. The moment I went there that day, they said, "We're going to take a PSA test," which was never done before. They came back, called me, "Come back in." I came back in. The doctor sat down, span around, and said, "You have cancer." And I beat it, they said, by I think close to a week or something before it would really come out in my entire body. So if I didn't really listen to that little voice at that point, I wouldn't be here with you now.
Oh my God.
Well, that's somebody up there.
I could tell you when we go back a little further.
I want
that
you-
voice
yeah.
will say,
I'm in. That's
"Oh, yeah."
me. I'm into that.
So keep going. I mean, I want to hear your story
From the beginning?
from the
Yeah.
beginning.
Is this water good to drink?
That's what
no,
it's
I
good.
saw what you did with
no,
that.
No, it's good to drink. No, I just bring
I'm
Vicky's
drinking
chops
mine.
because she knows I like coffee. In fact, if she hears me right now, she knows that I would really love a cup of coffee.
I don't hear this voice telling me to drink it, so.
Did you tell me I had some?
No, okay,
I'll drink
make-
some.
It's actually filtered water.
Anytime.
Okay, I'll go back real
But I
fast
wouldn't
from the
touch it.
beginning. Okay, I was born in a place called Battle Hospital, Great Britain. They tore the hospital down now. When I was born, my mother and myself died at birth. They couldn't do anything with us. They said they put the white cloth over us, and they left us because they said that was it. I think it could have been 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever it was. We both popped up and came back to life. From that point on, I've beaten death about 52 times in my life. from cancer, from vans blowing up on me, from meningitis twice, from bones stuck in my throat where I was getting ready to pass out by myself. I got rid of it from that, from a host of things. So I listened to that voice. And in that bed, lying down in that bed, that's what came to me, a foundation. Start a foundation. And yes, we care. And from that point on, this foundation has been helping veterans. And it's been doing good. It can do more if we can just get some more funds in for it. But for right now, it's coming out of, you know, whatever little I have and what little, you know, my staff has. And I have a great person that just came on board, Executive Vice President, Fran Petita, and she's done an excellent job. I mean, so great.
She's here with us tonight.
And
a little later on, we're going to bring her on the show.
And we also perform. I perform, yeah, because I play music also. I've been playing for many years.
And you were a bodyguard for Diana Ross.
Yes, for many years too. Diana Ross.
Were you allowed to look at her?
Oh yeah, she's yeah. But the main thing that I'm doing is the music, because that was my first love of the music. I taught myself at 12 years old. I've played about all over the places, from a person called Guru from Gangstar, Jazz Mataz. I was a keyboard and guitar player for them. I've shared the stage with George Benson at the North Sea Jazz Festival. Played for the King and Queen over at the Royal Albert Hall in London. I've done the UK Jazz Festival, all the jazz festivals I've played, and know them all, from Stanley Clarke to George Duke, who just passed, was a good friend of mine. He was going to actually help me with the charity CD that I have on my site now, YesWeCare.net, little plug. And that charity CD, he was actually going to be on the second charity CD, and he passed. But I have some great people on these CDs, and we have a clip, I believe, of that CD.
Do you want to play that clip?
Oh,
you want to play that clip?
That'll be fantastic.
Janine, can we play that clip real quick? Okay, watch this.
It's going to come on Heroes on Our Island.
When I was in that bed and couldn't move.
Nobody knows how long. It seems like it's something we find, but living afraid is so wrong. 'Cause all that we have is tonight. And I understand that you are worried, that loving my nail across your path. But why do you hurry to ignore and let all my feelings just fade and fast? 'Cause baby, it's you I adore in my life. So maybe it's you I adore in my life. Flight. Oh, but until then, angels up in heaven get to
people I didn't even know would just come up and say, "How you doing, brother? How are you? You need anything?" And just sit beside me, talk. And to me, that was one of the greatest things I could have got, is have somebody just talk to me in that moment. And I said, great, this is what I will do. From that point on, I would give my life.
Welcome back to Heroes on Our Island. I'm Mike Stevens, coming to you this week from the Westfield Sunrise Mall in Massapequa, which, by the way, is home to 23,000 people. You know, so many veterans have served our country, many of them giving their lives. Others have been seriously wounded, but sadly, some say they've been forgotten. Well, a Selden man knows what that's like, and he's doing something about it, one note at a time. It's 8 o'clock on a Thursday. The regular crowd comes in. The food and ambiance is what they love, but for some it's also him they've come to see.
It's great. It makes for a great dining experience. You know, he comes and over to the table, takes all sorts of requests. It's a nice way to end your day.
Paul Sequence Ferguson of Selden, you could call the guitar man. He's been playing since he was 12. He's now in his 50s. In those years, Paul played with or learned from many great performers, including Grammy Award winners like George Benson, Stanley Clarke, and Isaac Hayes. And he spent time with Michael Jackson's family and Diana Ross. But Ferguson also spent many years in the Army, and that's how his professional career began.
It started back in 1978. About a year or so after I enlisted in the Army, I formed a band. Some of the generals and colonels and higher up brass heard wind of how we were sounding and what we were doing, playing in recreation centers for soldiers free. And they asked if we would go on tour around all over USRA, all over Europe, and to the barracks and bases that are way up in the mountains. Sometimes they have no contact with, you would say, regular life, you know, stores and so forth. They're just remote areas. And when it was time for us to leave, the soldiers actually started crying. They barricaded us. They wouldn't let us leave. For a good hour, they said, "No, you can't leave. Please, just stay and play. We just need to hear this." So once I saw that, it made me say, wait a minute. I am really touching somebody's soul. If for a grown man to cry the way they were crying, and not one, but maybe 5 or 6 of them, actual tears, I said, something here is going on very important.
Paul Ferguson left the military in 1990, but his service to veterans has continued in a different way. His appearances at places like Vetro's restaurant in Howard Beach, raises money that allows him to play for veterans that are wounded, sick, or aged, and forced to live or be treated at area VA hospitals, like this one in Northport.
I get a lot out of doing this. I stay younger doing this because I get to smile a lot because I see the smiles on the faces of the veterans, some of them that can't really walk, and you know, in stretchers, that comes to some of the shows that we do.
Now, the ones that can walk are known for doing a little dancing, as if for the moment they're able to forget their pain and to remember what life used to be like in the good old days. Susan Pisano is head of respiratory therapy at the Northport VA Hospital.
Paul has engaged many of the patients in his performance. When he performs here, he actually brings the performance to the veterans and asks them to be part of it. They clap their hands, they sway, they dance, and there's the faces, their faces, the smiles on their faces, it gives expression to how much they appreciate what he's doing here.
Paul Sequence Ferguson has more than just a passing connection to the wounded veterans, and specifically the veterans being treated here in North. This hospital is the same one where he was treated for cancer. He believes he contracted this during his 13 years in the Army in its nuclear and biological testing unit. And while being treated here, he says, he was inspired.
When I was in that bed and couldn't move, people I didn't even know would just come up and say, "How you doing, brother? How are you? You need anything?" And just sit beside me, talk. And to me, that was one of the greatest things I could have got, is have somebody just talk to me in that moment. And I said, great, this is what I will do. From that point on, I would give my life. And in my dying bed, I formed the foundation, Yes We Care, and it's a non-for-profit.
Sadly, the cancer has come back, and Ferguson is being treated here again. He says the treatments are hard to handle sometimes. You're helping these other folks, but you're dealing with an illness yourself.
I believe in showing strength on the outside, and if you can, show strength, that'll give someone else that maybe might not have that much strength, say, well, he's strong, maybe I can be strong, and that kind of catches on and gives somebody else a little more extra to go ahead and fight or to feel even better.
That fighting spirit, compassion, personal connection to the veterans in the audience seems to draw them to Ferguson even more so. Jack Stein is a Vietnam vet from Melville.
I'm certainly grateful that he's able to do what he can do, and you know, that one of us, he's still out there sticking together with the guys. And
to see some of the soldiers that would come up to me after the show and say, thank you so much. And that was the best. I mean, I felt like I wasn't here right now. Plus, when they know that I'm one of them, not that they have to, any trust needs to be any trust, but there's like a bond that's shown and shared between us. This is one of me, this is one of my own. It's my brother that's up here playing. So they listen and feel even more than they would just somebody playing, because they can relate to it. They know that this is their own, coming back to play and share with them. It just makes me happy. It makes me feel as if I'm making a difference in this world.
Well, Paul continues his fight against cancer, but he says he's going to continue to play for veterans as long as he's physically able to do so. And if you'd like to learn more about him, you can go to his website, yeswecare.net. All right, when we come back on Heroes on Our Island, we're going to tell you how you can contact us to make a suggestion about a neighborhood you'd like us to visit, or tell us about a hero you know about. Stay with us.
Wow, that's incredible. Welcome back to Madhouse TV. As you can see, we're all gathered around this little table here, and we have Fran, who's to my right, who's the Executive Vice President of Yes We Care, and Paul's son, Deshaun. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
You know, I got to tell you, just watching that video, it kind of gives you the chills. It gives you goosebumps. To say that there were people out there that just for no apparent reason decide that this is what you need to do. And watching this whole thing, my first thought comes to Deshaun.
Yeah.
What do you think of your father?
Well, it's been a journey, to just know that because of his clinical situation, that I had a possibility of not being here myself. So that was just in itself amazing that, he survived so much, and I'm really proud of him.
I mean, growing up, he must have been such a role model for you.
Yes.
See, I never had that growing up with my father. My father was always very distant in some strange kind of way. And, I never had that. I know, Tommy, you had it with your father.
Yeah, and what you just said is kind of just hitting me when he just answered the question. And remember the movie Saving Private Ryan? Mm-hmm. My father hit Normandy Beach day 2. And, he never really talked about the bad things. Never talked about the bad things. Always talked about the funny things that happened. And when I went and saw that movie, I cried. Like, what he just said is the first thought that came in my mind. Because if you remember the beginning of that movie, when they're going in the water, hitting the beach, and they were just getting blown away. And the guy is next to him, boom, boom, boom. And I think how close I was of never being here, just like you did. And
That's amazing.
I got goosebumps thinking about it, and it's...
Paul, I'm looking at some of these proclamations. I'm looking at the citations. I mean, folks, this man has got a day named after him. He's got a day. And excuse me for putting on my very stylish glasses right here, but November 11th, 2013, Paul Sequence Ferguson Day in the town of Brookhaven. I see things like these proclamations, Paul, and I sit back and I say, Jesus, it's thanks to people like you that I mean, that we have the help that we have for these veterans. Whether it's not just veterans, it could be anybody. But you know, all of a sudden something tells us you got to go out there and you got to help. Fran,
yes.
You're the executive vice president of Yes We Care.
Mm-hmm.
What is your involvement here? How did you get involved with this incredible organization?
Okay. Well, I've known Paul almost 25 years. I've known Deshaun since the day he was born. We both worked together at Nightlife Magazine. I love Paul. He's a musician. My husband's a musician. And Paul has had a very hard journey. The last 10 years have been really grueling. We were at a connection for a little bit, reconnected because he was always in my heart. And when I heard his story about being in the hospital all by himself, dying of cancer twice, not just once, if he can do it, why can't I? And I have to support him. I honored him on Veterans Day to celebrate the man's life because he unselfishly gives back and does so much every day. It's not like we just do a party and that's it. He does every single day, every week he goes down to the VA center, talks to those, brings them gum and candy and a book, just to let them know that, yes, we do care. You are not forgotten. And so this charity is about Paul, but it's really about his life and the testament.
What can the people out there that are watching this show, what can they do right now to help Yes We Care?
Right now we need the help of everybody out there to please go to yeswecare.net. We're running a raffle. The funds from this raffle will help give Christmas presents to the in-care long-term facility veterans that are at the East Northport Veterans Hospital. The party is December 1st, so we need you to take immediate action. Please support us. $10, you can win an executive social media package, and you'll be supporting veterans. You'll be supporting the efforts that we do throughout the year.
That's fantastic. You know, Tommy, I know that, you know, you and I talk about veterans all the time and how important it is for us to give back to the veterans. People, let's face it. What is $10? $10 to us right now, it's not a lot of money. Come on, I don't care what you're doing. $10 is not a lot of money. You give $10 or a gift to a veteran or to this organization, do you have any clue what that actually does for people? You know, it's a simple thing, and I'm certain, Paul, it's a 501c3.
Definitely.
This is no run-of-the-mill organization or charity. I mean, there's a ton of them out there, and I'm not going to go down that road. But to give $10 to somebody who actually went out there and saved your life by giving us this free country that we live in, you telling me, and you're sitting there on your couch right now watching this, you can't come up with a $10 bill to give to this organization for people right here in our hometown. Listen, people, this is Long Island. I'm not saying send it to California, send it to Florida. This is Long Island. Deep down in your, dig down into your, am I right, Tommy? Yeah, tell them the way it is, because I know how you feel about this.
I'm getting ready.
All right?
I'm getting ready.
Get into your pocket.
I'm coming.
Call us here at Madhouse TV. We will make sure that Yes We Care gets it, and we'll make sure that it gets to that veteran. Because when that veteran is sitting in that bed come Christmas morning, and you're opening up all those Christmas things under your tree, I want you to think about it. I want you to think in your head while you're doing all of that, that same guy that saved your life, that same guy that went into battle to save your life, while you're opening those presents, you think of these people in that VA hospital and how you could have made something happen by a lousy $10 bill. Make it happen. Go. It's your turn.
Well, my thing is different. I feel that the reason things have changed. I grew up in the early 50s. I'm 61 years old. So things were different when I was a kid. You went to every Veterans Day parade. You honored your veterans. You cared about them. I believe that we've lost our way in this country. I believe that everyone takes freedom for granted. They don't care. They couldn't care less where it comes from or who paid the price to give it to them. They when they walk out to their car every morning, they're not being shot at. Well, some neighborhoods maybe, but you know, go over to Iraq for a week and then see how good you have it here. But what a day, an hour, a minute. Yeah. But I really believe the breakdown of the American family is the #1 problem here. Teach your children morals. There's no more morals. I mean, I go to every Veterans Day parade there is. My mother, God bless her, 85 years old, they even did a big thing on Newsday that she has a spot where she's every year. She goes to Pine Lawn every year. You know, this is how I was brought up. I go to Veteran Day Parade now, there's 30 people there. When I was a kid, there were thousands of people there. What happened? Why aren't we instilling these values in our children? They're not being passed down. And people take freedom for granted. And I'm so sick of it that it's just, no big deal. Who cares? But nobody, I mean, guys like this is what we need. But there's only, you know, so many of these guys walking around. Everybody, I mean, like Tom said, $10. You don't even have to get off your couch. Send $10. Send $20, $30, $50, whatever. There's a lot of people walking around with a lot of wood out there. Send some over here for your veterans, you know what I mean? I mean, because these guys are laying in hospitals, in diapers, their legs are chopped off. I mean, my God, they paid that price for you. That you and your kids can go to a park and go to school in freedom. There's a price, people. There's a price, and it's time to kick some back for the guys who paid it.
Deshaun, let me ask you, what is your role in Yes We Care?
Well, I'm also a musician like my father. You know, a lot of times I'm at work and I'm busy, so I help out when I can, and I do my own way of giving back to the veterans, and not only the veterans, but sometimes the people in the nursing homes. You know, I feel like that's where I'm going now with my giving back. I go down and I'll play for them for free because I play the piano.
Why?
Well, you know, I just feel like it's just something that, like, you know, he says a little voice, you know, he says, just do it, you know, and I just do it. I just like the return that I get from seeing them enjoy the music and understanding that somebody actually cares because, you know, I had a friend of mine and he was into a really bad car accident. So I would go down to see him every day, and, you know, there was another level on beneath where he was staying at. So after I finished visiting him, I would stay for an hour or so, and I would go down and play at the nursing home out in, I believe it was either Jericho, somewhere over there in that area. And the people would gather. I was just playing because I wanted to play. But then when I saw them gathering around, it was like, no, keep playing. I actually am enjoying this, you know. I was like, wow. And so I was offered by the director of the affairs there to actually come out and play for them. And, you know, just...
You guys ever play together?
I got an offer for you if you want to come down to Ronald McDonald House.
There you go.
14th.
Yeah. You guys play together.
If they go again to yeswecare.net for donations, and also, but there's some video there of a song that we made together and we played for the veterans all the time.
Right.
Actually, there's a clip. I should have gave you that clip too.
Tell me about it. What happened was I got a call from my pops, I call him Pops, and, you know, he said, come down, you know, we're going to go down to the veterans in Northport and we're going to play. So I said, okay, sure. So he's like, well, what are we going to play? So we composed something really quick, and lo and behold, it came out to be something very beautiful. I even played for him on his proclamation night. And what really touched me when I was playing was that one of the gentlemen, he couldn't see, he couldn't really, you know, communicate, but he started crying because, you know, he really felt the music. And I almost started crying because I'm watching him playing, I'm watching him and I'm playing, I'm like, wow, this guy is really connecting with what I'm doing. And I said, I like this feeling.
You know, there's nothing better, and that's why, you know, all of us here at Madhouse get involved with the charities. I don't think there's a better satisfaction than to see either a smile on a kid's face or to help somebody that truly, truly needs help. Listen, there's a lot of scammers out there. I'll be the first to tell you. In my line of work, you know, outside here, I see it all the time. But there is nothing, not a better feeling in the world, and unless you actually do it. That's why I'm telling you, people, it's imperative. You know, it's not a lot of money, but it's just amazing how many people will benefit by that $10 bill. You know, if you want to give more, you give more too. I mean, you know, there's no limit. But Paul, you have a CD. Let's talk about the CD that you have up. What's the name of the CD?
Okay, it's called the Charity CD 1, because I'm working on the second charity CD. But the first charity CD, I just finished putting that together. I asked a lot of my friends in the music business, because, you know, again, I perform a lot of times. I have, I can't remember all the names, but on the first CD I have Melba Moore, I have Ronnie Jordan, a great guitarist out of London. I have Walter Beasley, a sax player. I have Jerry Bell from the Daz Band. I have my son, he's on there also. Myself, and there's a host of other people on there. The second CD, which I'm working on now, which I'm inviting you to come on and do something also.
Wait, hold on a second now. You know, I mean, why is it always... I mean, you know, I can sing too, you know.
I didn't know that.
Yes, I can. All right, let me tell you something. Vicky tells me to shut up every morning while I'm in the shower. I can sing, let me tell you.
Okay. Well, listen.
Come, bring it. You see the look on his face?
No, we're doing audition. No, Cole. Not now. But listen, the second CD's open. If you want to be on there, I have.
My mother in Florida right now that's watching. She's saying, yeah, my son can what? I mean, he does a lot of crazy things, but that's one thing he can't do.
Send me an email.
He does.
Go to the website. Send me an email. Let me know that he can sing.
I got a shower voice.
Okay, can I interrupt 1 second? I want to say something.
Okay, just put one finished part. The second CD that I'm working on now, again, we have Tom Schulman, who's a keyboard player for Spyrogyra, and speaking to Stanley Clark, I know them pretty well, and if you come down and do some things on there, bass player, and there's a host of other people that are on there, so it's a little room left, but it's a good CD. And
now all the benefits, all the proceeds will go to obviously Yes We Care.
Right.
And the CD, the price of the CD.
The download, I believe, if I'm correct, the download, I think it's either $15.99 for the full download, because I have a player that you can download the whole CD, or you can get a hard copy of the CD by clicking the CD cover. It'll take you to the other site where you can just buy the actual CD, physical CD, and I'll send that to you. I think that's $19.95 or $19.99, I believe, for the full CD. It's over an hour and 20 minutes long.
Wow. That's
and again,
a long time for a CD.
One last thing, I'll let you go, Fran. There is no other CD, I'll say this one more time, there is no other CD on the planet that you will ever get all these artists to play together on this one CD. You will never, ever find it. This is a unique CD. You will never find this anywhere else in the world, ever.
There you go. Fran, talk to us.
One of the unique things that we haven't touched on is that the healing power of music. Now, Paul has a relaxation DVD and CD set that the Veterans Administration in East Northport have launched a program where they're actually giving them to the veterans, and it's relieving post-traumatic stress disorder. It's also when they're coming off of their hard medications during their therapy. So this is something that we'll be doing a big launch for starting in January, and having your help will be dynamite, because for every person out there that is moved by any song ever, that's enough of a reason, a call to duty, to go to your computer right now, your phones, yeswecare.net, please make a donation.
YesWeCare.net. Very, very, very simple. YesWeCare.net.
And why do we care? Because they're not forgotten.
Well, that's true. You know, I got to tell you, when I was I was in the military in the early 70s, like I was telling you, and I remember a lot of friends of mine that were in Vietnam prior to me going in would tell me stories about them coming home, and that's changed. I think now people of today, I think they kind of honor them in their own way, but while they're there, I know my son was over in Iraq in Magul. He did 2 tours over there, and thank God he's home now. He's living up in Washington State. He's doing great. But a lot of the soldiers that are coming home right now, they're having some issues. They're having some problems.
We lose two a day.
And I think that in the overall scheme of things, yeah, I think that the average citizen out there is very concerned and about all of us being over there. But when they come home, it seems to end for some reason. And that's the part that kind of freaks me out a little bit. Why does it have to end? This is, you know,
that's where it should begin.
Exactly. This is where their life now begins, back here at home. And I think that we have an obligation to actually help them get back and get them started again here, you know, on our turf. And with Paul doing this organization, YesWeCare.net, I can't think of any better way. Now, Paul, when they go on the website, is there like a PayPal account? Is there something they can click on and donate?
I set the website whereas they can actually go there. First, once they come in, they can actually go there, click on PayPal, and make a one-time donation. If they feel the heart moving, they can go down the bottom and they can click another link where you can make $2 donation every month, 5, 10, 20. And you have a silver package and you have a gold package, so you can make as many as you want. There's corporate.
And 100% of this goes to the veterans. Yeah. I mean, come on, guys, it's no better than that. Let's talk about these citations that you have. I know that we have a lot under the table here.
Oh, quite a bit.
I got to be honest with you, folks. I've never seen this many in one place.
Fran do
It's
the
not,
honor.
it's
And
not
again,
even all of them.
What?
We're still waiting for
And-
the
and how
governor.
many-
Governor Cuomo is sending one. Senator Gillibrand is sending it. Senator Lee Zeldin is sending it.
I know Lee very well.
Okay, we
Lee's a
have
great guy.
here, the Suffolk County Legislature on Monday just honored him and dedicated the town of Brookhaven. Ed Romaine, supervisor, town of Brookhaven, dedicated.
And Steve-
Veterans Day.
Steve Israel is very good for the veterans.
Yes,
We, by the
Yes,
way,
he
we've
is.
had Steve Israel in here several times. Steve Israel has become actually a very good friend of us here at Madhouse TV, and we're really happy to know him. I mean, look at this.
Steve Israel.
He's great.
This is another one. Congressman Steve Israel. I mean, it doesn't get better than this. This is the real deal, and again, this will be airing over and over and over again for the next 6 months, 7 months that we're going to put it on. We're running pretty close to time. I want to just go around the table for one last comment. John, anything you want to tell the audience right now?
Yes, I actually have an album out, and I have it available on my website. It's sequence2.net, and yes, the number 2, not the TWO, number 2.net. And just go out and take a listen. I have some songs that you can listen to online, or you can just go to your iPhone, iTunes, and download it. And I donate a portion of that to Yes We Care.
Okay, Fran.
I've sat on a lot of charities and I've worked with a lot of friends. However, this is the most noble thing that I've done, and it's my honor to serve on the board. If we can help our veterans, we have to remember them, and that's something that's very important.
Paul, I want you to look right down that tube, and I want you to tell them what's in your heart right now.
Well, I joined the Army in 1977, got out in 1990, and I'm doing all that I can do for my veterans because they had my back when I was in the Army. If you're a veteran, you know this one. Hurry up and wait. You know what that means. You know this one. Cover me while I move out. They have your back. Your life is in their hands. So I did what I can. I'm asking you to do what you can. Go to yeswecare.net. Listen, I have 500 framed prints there. I'm a photographer. I got from all over Long Island, all over the place. Beautiful. I have relaxation DVDs. Everything you could want is there. And everything helps Yes We Care and the veterans.
Okay. Well, Tommy, what do you think?
I'm not sure of this quote, but I believe that we lose 2 veterans every hour of every day from suicide. And I think it's time that the people in this country step up and realize the price that they paid for your freedom and stop sitting home on your butts and not caring. Do something. You don't have to do something physical. You can do it by a donation. You can do it just by going down to your VFW, your American Legion, whatever, volunteering, go to like these guys go. I mean, I'm actually going to talk to you. I'll go out and do some music with you out in Northport out there, gladly. Just do something, and by all means, instill it in your children. I mean, I have a picture, Tom, I think I told you about, of a Veterans Day parade, and it just sticks in my mind. I've seen it a million times on Facebook, and I'm sure you guys have probably seen it too, of a Veterans Day parade. And every single person is sitting down except for one person as the flag is coming by. Yeah. And it's a man in his 80s in a wheelchair. And there is not another person standing. It's about time we all stand up.
Thank you for watching Madhouse TV tonight. It was my pleasure to have Paul, Fran, his son John on the show. We'll be back next week. And us here at Madhouse TV, we're going to be talking to them after the show. And you can be assured that we're going to get very, very heavily involved in this particular charity. And you'll be seeing us around the town. Till next week, I'm Tom Mealy. This is Tommy Moore. Say it again. I'm sorry. Tommy Moore. We'll be back next week. Have a wonderful, safe week. And if we don't see you again, very safe Thanksgiving. And we'll be coming to you from our new studio. Peace.